in my energy. Why are you gonna be in my energy and then be nervous? That don't make no sense. Paranoid. They trying to make me nervous and paranoid because I'm about to walk outside. It ain't nothing nervous. I don't gotta be nervous or paranoid for me to go outside. I'm about to walk out the door. Somebody's messing with my energy because I was fine. Look at that confirmation. I was perfectly fine, and my stomach is rumbling. I'm not hungry. I drink coffee. Coffee kills my appetite, so I'm good. But so I'm getting sending me something. But before my stomach started doing whatever it was doing, I started feeling my underarms is getting wet and my hands is getting clammy. And there's no reason for my hands or my underarms to be sweating, getting clammy. So somebody's in my energy and that's nervous. And if you're going to be in my energy, what the fuck you nervous for? You send this shit, but you nervous. I don't understand why you don't just stay the fuck out of my energy. But all right, we was going to tap in. I already cleansed my cards. I already cleansed my energy in the house. And somebody's spying because there's a big fucking fly in my house. And I rarely get big ass flies in my house. So somebody's sending a spiritual fly in my house. That when I fucking saw this shit, that shit scared the shit out of me. I was like, all right, I got you, motherfucker. When I find that fly gonna die. That's all I know. That big shit that's in my house is gonna die. So whoever's spiritually spying on me, just understand when I smash the shit out of that fly, you're gonna feel that shit, bitch. You're gonna feel it. That's all I know. Just wanted to let you know that you will feel that shit. Let me put my statue over here. You're gonna feel it. So we're going to tap in to see who's in my energy. And we're going to see who comes out. Before I go to the look. We got strange smell, cousin. But anyway, I'm not going to even pick up the cards. Spirit, look, see? I'm not even going to say hydromancy, doing water magic, spiritually spying on me with water. I said somebody spying on me. Look it. All I do is pick up the cards and shuffle. That's all I got to do. In the present moment, strange smell. That's why I'm smelling. Somebody got a strange smell. They sweat a lot. This is happening in the present moment. It's coming out right on the card. All I'm doing is shuffling and cutting the deck. Yeah, this person is corny. Yeah, they in a sticky situation. So that's confirmation. We're nervous. All I do is pick up the cards and shuffle. Murder for hire. They trying to take me out. With water, hydromancy, something with the water. Somebody keeps using water. The only people that I know that use water in their shit is my upstairs neighbors, because I got fucking proof. I have water sign. I got water stains on my ceiling. So this could be my upstairs neighbor. Entrapment. They entrapped. So my upstairs neighbors could be doing. Look, I just said upstairs neighbors, and look what came out. Look what fucking came out. My upstairs neighbors are doing some hydromancy. They're trying to make me nervous and paranoid because they know I'm about to step out the door. So they try to make me nervous and paranoid when I go outside. There's no need for me to be nervous or paranoid. Confirmation. Confirmation. Look what it says. My upstairs neighbors are doing magic on me because they risky move. Because they know I'm about to step outside. So they try to make me nervous and paranoid when I go outside. Let sleeping dogs lie. I told you I felt somebody in my energy. I felt myself sweating, my underarms sweating, and my hands clammy for no reason, and my stomach bubbling. Why would I feel nervous for? They in a sticky situation, because they in a sticky situation. I knew who it was, and it came out. The energy is, look, let me tell you something. Y'all keep fucking with me in my energy, and the fucking spirit is going to spy on you. Y'all keep thinking that I'm alone in this house. I'm not alone. God protect me. All eyes on me. Like somebody said when I walked outside one time last year. All eyes on me, yes. All eyes are on me. So why the fuck do you keep doing what you're doing? Because not only all eyes on me are physically, all eyes on me are spiritually. Stop thinking that nothing is watching you. That there's not a spirit in your house hovering over you, watching you, what you're doing right now. And that's not going to let me know what you're doing. Stop thinking that the spirit, you another motherfucker that work with the devil. So stop thinking that because you work with the devil that God is not by my side. There's a battle between my upstairs neighbors and me and whoever else in this fucking building that worship the devil. I am the God, God of child. The child of God, baby. The most high divine. Somebody wanted me to say something else. But the devil is not going to come out because I am not the child of the devil. So you were trying to get me to say the child of the devil on the camera. That's not going to happen. Because I am not. You trying to get me to twist my words? Because you in a sticky situation? Because you don't want nobody to know that you worship the devil? But I think everybody in this building that is not against me knows that you worship the fucking devil. Because I've been in this building longer than you. And the fucking noise that comes out of your house ain't never come out of my house. Ever. So everybody not stupid. Confirmation. Everybody not stupid in this building like you are. And just because you're not being loud and attacking me like you were before, you can be quiet all you want. But I'm going to be loud about it when I expose you. Because I'm going to do it on camera. And it's going to come out that it's you that's attacking me right now, trying to get me to feel nervous and paranoid when I walk out the door because you're nervous and paranoid when you walk out that door. I don't care who's watching. You can watch me all you want. You can follow me all you want. But there ain't a goddamn thing that you could do to me outside. That's why I walk outside the way I walk outside. Because I know you can't do shit to me. Go ahead and try it. I dare you. I dare you. Is what atrévate is what I'm telling you. And watch what happens. They nervous. They nervous. There's no reason for me to be nervous. They're nervous. I feel it. Look. My hand is trembling. They nervous. Why are you going to send me spell work, divination? Because the truth is coming out in divination. Look at that. Let sleeping dogs lay. They doomed. That's why. They go into prison. Look it. Confirmation with the sirens. As soon as I said they go into prison, the sirens came real quick and they left. This wild witch, look, lost all their power. And they go into prison. What's in behind this? For their cruel intentions. Look, abuser. The fly is around me now, trying to fly around me. I just heard it. Look, in the present moment. All I'm doing is picking up the cards of the fucking table. Mulan, attacking a Mulan energy. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior coming out. That's protected. A Mulan energy that's protected. Look it. Look it. Look. I'm getting justice. Look. Because of this abusive relationship that my upstairs neighbors have with me. Yeah, they're getting shunned out, casted out of a society, an organization, a coven, a family, a clique. They're getting casted out. They mad. Yeah, prayers. They praying now. Prayers are falling on deaf ears. Karmic. They praying now and they're not getting their prayers out. Yeah, look, they're trying to make negotiations. Now they're trying to pray, make negotiations, but prayers are falling. God is not listening to you. You've been attacking me for 6 years. Who you praying to? Who you think? You think God is gonna save you now? I was your warning. You did not listen. Ending is happening. You did some tax. You were committed. You did some tax fraud on me. You connected to the people, or you a part of this tax fraud? You mad because endings is happening. Look it, because you are lying on me. False advertisement. It's coming out on the fucking... I get excited. You don't understand how excited I get when the truth comes out and I don't got to do nothing but pick up the cards. A wild witch. Lost all their powers. I'm so... they nervous. Yeah, look, I said it. Because now my legs is shaking. He could be shaking his legs because my legs started shaking out of nowhere. He's shaking his legs. He's feeling naked and afraid. That's my fucking show right there. Yeah, because they can't sweet talk the devil with offers no more. Look at that. Woo, baby, manipulative. They've been manipulative. Yeah, someone's travel plan have been impacted. They were gone. They left Sunday, and they came back the day before yesterday or something. So maybe they could have went somewhere or tried to go somewhere or try to leave. They could have been trying to go. They could have been trying to run, and they had to come back because they couldn't. It says someone's travel plans have been impacted because the storm is coming. So they could have been trying to run. This is why they was gone. Yeah, their actions against me will have them in great regret. Yeah, they was trying to run. This is why they was gone from upstairs. They was trying to run. And they couldn't. Murder for hire, because they were hired to take me out spiritually. They were my spiritual assassins. Now they trying to change plans, but they still getting exposed. Exactly. You still getting exposed because you still trying to attack me silently. Now you trying to attack me silently, but you still getting exposed. Yeah, I'm getting justice. Your divination is in the reverse. I still have a other half a deck to pull from. We're going to move this on the side, because then the same message is going to keep coming out. Yeah, somebody going to need medical assistance because they're going to prison. They wicked. Look. Wow, look, wrath of God. Trap house. They in the trap house. Oh, God, because shit is spiraling out of control. And their magic is rendered powerless. Somebody thought they had celestial magic. That's in the reverse. Wow, this is over. It's over. I'm just pulling from the back. It's over, collective. In the May in the reverse next month. Yep, look it. They did it for the money. They wanted a show. They better get ready because shit's about to blow. They running out of money for scheming. And they going to prison. This was all in the back of all these cards, 1221, is being mirrored back. As I look up at the timer, it's being mirrored back. They go into prison. All this cards was right in the back of this is prison card that I showed y'all. This whole messages. So my upstairs neighbors, shit is spiraling out of control. Their magic is useless and powerless. They in the trap house, experiencing the wrath of God. April, May, boils. They could get boils. They could have boils and they could be getting boils and lesions or bumps. They about to. Okay, they wicked. I guess I'm on point because now they're trying to fuck with my live, and I'm not connected to the Wi-Fi, so somebody's trying to mess with my phone. So hacking, okay? I'm undefeated, collective. They're trying to sabotage me. They toxic. All this shit is being rejected. They put me in a freezer. They have a fear of risk. They scared to change. They can't hide. Look, they can't hide. Another one bites the dust. And they getting humbled for this risky move they took. Trying to destiny swap with me. Destiny swappers. Yeah, execution. There's an execution for them upstairs. This person, he can have health issues. Look, medical assistance. He has health issues. And he's going to need medical assistance for being a spiritual spy. He manipulated others. Because I have a healing spirit within me or around me, so he manipulated others and lied. The upstairs neighbors. We're doing sex magic. Controlled sex magic. They were trying to do sex magic, control me. Look. Let's go get the other deck. They evil. Look. Confirmation with the dog bark. A lot of miscommunication. The lies are unfolding, and whatever they're doing is not working. All I did was pick up the deck. Whatever they're doing is not working. Trying to shut me up failed. And now they're blaming me because they're going through some type of demise. This informant is in the reverse. So upstairs neighbors is an informant. Their electronics is tapped. It's what I don't see. They made a bad investment. And they've been backed into a corner. And death becomes them because they're getting an undesired outcome. Because they overstepped their boundaries in my home community. Look at that. All I did was pick up the deck. They're a bunch of addicts with no goals. trying to keep me trapped in a tower. Alone, but I'm not alone with alone in the reverse. And their past is catching up to them. And they was trying to cause me eviction because they don't like that I'm at peace. They have a lot of unhealed trauma and they're ignorant. Look, they wanted my blood to be free. And they were doing too much karmic pest. Another indictment charge is being piled up on them. They were searching for the information and they couldn't dim my light, this undivine masculine or feminine energy. And he's a divine, he's undivine, he's a masculine and feminine energy because my upstairs neighbor is gay. Tried to get me fired and they feeling the pressure because they trying to have a Cinderella energy in the reverse. Yeah, they were trying to get replaced. They unable to replace me. They unable to cause family abuse with family abuse in the reverse. These people are troublemakers. That's a part of an organization. They got getting cut off and they're insecure. That's the twisted story. They can no longer be materialistic with that in the reverse because they owe me money, restitution. Spirit is walking amongst us and fights is happening because of the past. Plans failed. Yeah, remorse. They don't got no fucking remorse. They lie. That's a lie. Committed crimes. Look, somebody could be being deported. He could be being deported. That's why he's in the panic room. So my upstairs neighbors could not have his papers. He's under judgment. A know-it-all energy. Look, federal law, remote viewing. Federal law is remote viewing because they thought a know-it-all energy. Yeah, devilish deeds will bring them karma indeed. They're being exposed. Because they was in childlike energy. They need to act their age. Look. All I'm doing is picking up these cards and I'm doing it right on the camera. Look, under judgment. They in survival mode. Divine magic in the reverse. I've been saying this, that my upstairs neighbor was supposed to do something good with his gifts, and he decided to do something bad with it. Look, you have high potential and they underestimated me. I've been upgraded. Whatever magic he had, whatever gifts he had is in the reverse because he wasn't using it the way he was supposed. I've been saying this. Dream magic in the reverse. Racing against time. They could be working with an old school friend, a Humpty Dumpty that had a great fall. That's the drunks. They could have been trying to fly home when they couldn't. Like I said, they were gone for a few days. So I'm not going to pull no more. There's no need to sit here an hour and pull more when I already knew that their faith was tested and they failed. I came on here and said somebody was in my energy. I already knew who was in my energy because I'm getting ready to walk outside. And the only people that know that I'm about to walk outside are the people that's hovering over me, which is my upstairs neighbor. And it came out. So I'm doing spell work with water as always. And they're doing it silently to try to project paranoia and a nervousness for when I go outside. They want me to be nervous. Peeping time. Look at it. Peeping time. They're watching me. Spiritually spying. Look at what I just said because they're watching me. It's coming out as soon as I'm saying. Peeping time, spiritual spies. They're listening to me, watching me. Know I'm about to step out the door and they're trying to project paranoia and nervousness to me to think that somebody's out to get me outside. I don't give a fuck who's out to get me outside. You can project all the fear you want. I'm not scared of your brujeria que tú estás haciendo, maricón. Pendejito. You the one scared. So stop trying to project your fear on me because I'm not scared, bitch. Understand that. That shit is going right back to you. That's why you're trying to project that because you're the one in your house, in the shadows, scared. Not me. Do you understand the words coming out of my fucking mouth, you little bitch? You're the scared little bitch, not me. That's why heirlooms, that's why you don't got no money. You broke. 2020 as I look up at a timer. You a broke bitch. You broke. I like talking about them because y'all stupid. You thought you had the master key to break in the reverse. You don't got no master key. Peeping Tom. You thought you had the master key to break in and watch me? By sending a fucking little a fly that's gonna die? What you need to watch? So what you looking for? Stupid. Look. What's popping up? Prayers are falling on ears. You're retarded. Y'all, look it. I was about to say y'all retarded and look what I pick up. It says, you thought you cocky? You retarded. You don't... I can't. We're going to keep on because look, trying to cause an eviction. You trying to get me evicted from a house for what? What am I doing? Picking up your energy? Exposing you? You're mad because you're getting exposed. That's not my problem. Leave me, get out of my energy and leave me alone. Again, just because you're quiet about it now, let me say, just because you're quiet now about it doesn't mean that you stop doing what you're doing. I'm not stupid. You can fool everybody around you to think, oh, I'm not doing it no more. I'm not bothering her. Yeah, you just try. Now you're trying to be smart, but it's too late because everybody knows what you're doing. And all I gotta do is feel a sensation of somebody doing something to me. And if I feel the need to pick up the cards, I'm here to expose you, and you got exposed. It literally came up upstairs neighbors. You doing all this to try to cause an eviction. You got court. You got court. You working with an old school friend. Doing moon magic. Look, you see what I'm doing? They don't borrow time. That's why I do everything on camera. You curse your contract and now you in some type of remorse because you curse your own contract. Another one bites the dust because you defeated. Because whatever official business you had is in the reverse. Because somebody passed away. And now you got problems in the judicial system. You stuck in a rut for being a spiritual slut. And you can't hide. Look it. Because you try to have a healer in the reverse. All I'm doing is pulling. You need to go heal yourself. Your binding rituals are in the reverse. Look at that. Sexual abuse. You could experience some sexual abuse. Sexual abuse. You could be the one that I picked up yesterday that somebody has intercourse with a corpse. Fear of risk. He has... Or excuse me, let me put it this way. Necromancy is the dead. Sexual abuse. This person has sexual intercourse with the dead. It could be also spiritual. He summons demons or demonic energies or succubus energies, and then he has sex when he summons this demon in him. And then he sexually abuses, it says sex magic, and then he sexually abuses people, which is he's using people where he calls on this demonic energy that's possessing. He allows this energy to possess him because I know there's something possessing is on his back. I was like, I could see it spiritually. He has something on his back that controls him that sits on his back like a fucking gargoyle. But whatever he did was rejected because he's toxic and I'm undefeated. I'm getting good news. Right? He don't got no money. This is a cousin not related. He could be working with a cousin that trying to read me, but you can't read me. Current timeline. His current timeline is in the reverse for trying to sabotage me. And these monsters are in the reverse. Look, policy, insurance, fraud in the back. Transaction history. Yeah, they got money. They got paid. Money. They're a bunch of heathens and somebody's making a confession because now they're lonely. This aunt related to them is in the reverse, is a snitch. Fairy magic. They no longer manipulate others in the reverse. Spiritually spy. They were hopeful, but now they need medical assistance and have health issues because of this sexual abuse. He could have caught an STD. He could have HIV. He needs to make peace with his imperfection. So he needs to make peace with his life now. Because of this moon magic. Stinky, sneaky link. He could stink. He could be the one that stinks too. They all stink because he was a non-believer. He didn't believe that I was gifted. He didn't believe that I was protected. He's ignorant. And he keeps still doing the same thing. Yeah, transaction history, because he's getting paid to do this by an organization. Yeah, they owe me money. Yeah, trying to shut me up failed. They were trying to shut me up. And all the lies are unfolding. Look. What's coming out? Look at what's coming out. Yeah, because I've been upgraded. The same thing keeps coming out. And all I'm doing is picking up. Yeah, it's what I don't see. So there's something that I don't see. A kid could have ran away. They intimidated by my supernaturalness. And they were being used to cause havoc. So right there, they intimidated by my gifts. A lot of wasted energy. Look. They wasted a lot of energy. They were being used to cause havoc. I said yesterday, when they came out yesterday, or when was it yesterday? Yeah. That somebody was using them to, they paid them to cause havoc. Yeah, trying to enslave my soul failed in the reverse. Endings happening, not happening for me. This tax fraud that they were trying to do, they're not getting. That's in the reverse. Yeah, look, fatal. They're about to have a fatal ending. Fatal doesn't mean good on this people. A fatal ending for this peeping time. I'm not, look, wasted energy again as I try to fix the car. They wasted a lot of energy. Someone was on their high horse and now they feel like a jackass right behind that. Animals are going missing and sacrificed. They could have been the ones that was sacrificing the animals, because there was a minute that there was animals missing in this area. There was even people putting flyers of missing pets, because there was missing cats and dogs. And they could have been a part of the animals going missing. This was like ago. There was literally flyers around the area of a missing cats and dogs. And they were sacrificing animals. They were sacrificing the stray animals and taking people's animals. So that means if they was in somebody's house, the easiest animal they could take, they stole. They were stealing people. Oh my God, they was kidnapping people's pets and sacrificing people's pets over here, man. Monsters, look. That's why the pets were there, paid to cause harm. That's why the animals was going missing in here. Because the people over here, they shall perish. Because they realize that they fail to realize I'm not the one to play with. Don't play with me. They've been pocket watching me. Non-believers, shallow hells. November in the reverse, crazy vampire energies curse their contract for being stubborn. Doing a lot of mental manipulation. They took an oath to do this. They're a bunch of puppets. Scammers, look, that have resentment. I'm done. I'm done. I keep saying I'm done, but I keep pulling. It's like the spirit, look, buying. They were doing buying rituals. I'm done, because there's more shit is gonna keep coming out if I keep plucking. Yeah, attack me out of spite. Look. Yeah, murder for hire in the reverse. They were hired to take me out, to unalive me. But as soon as the downstairs neighbors to harass me, stalk me, and do spell work, downstairs neighbor came out as soon as my fucking video got fucked up. Look at that. Racing against time because they're running out of time. Whoever this downstairs neighbor is, they keep getting exposed. This know-it-all energy just fell on the floor. They need to go heal. A dirty deacon that was devoted in cocky energy. They want a revenge, but they're getting blindsided and they unprotected. They on borrowed time because the lies are unfolding. Look, that they evil. Upstairs neighbors right behind that. I tell you no lies. This childlike energy fights happening because I've been upgraded. I have high potential and they underestimated me and they thought I was in survival mode, but survival mode in the reverse. I'm not, and the crimes committed. It's coming out right here in these cards. What are you hiding, downstairs neighbor, upstairs neighbor? You keep getting exposed. Every time I jump on a live and I pick up this deck. Who you hiding from? And every time I do my readings, I'm going to make sure my windows is open and I scream and I'm talking loud. So anybody knows who I'm talking about. They know who the fuck I'm talking about. If there's a fucking dirty deacon somebody in this area that is a church. They know who exactly they getting casted out for. Look, their guilty pleasure. Again, nodal energy. They getting casted out for the crimes they committed with the upstairs neighbor. Blood magic. Look, doing blood magic. You supposed to be somebody of church, but you work with the devil and now the face. God, you can't work with God or the devil no more. The God ain't gonna help you and the devil ain't helping you no more. Nature magic in the reverse. Nature magic, necromancy, earth. A water magic, that's of earth. Nature magic in the reverse. Yeah, being used to cause havoc. I'm done. Policy insurance fraud. They did a policy insurance fraud on me. Now somebody's trying to set the record straight. What record are you going to set straight? I know the truth. You because court now? Fuck out of here. Somebody stinks. Swampy smell. And they got a bad reputation. Because now the illusion is undone and they clueless. They getting casted out of this organization, coven, family, clique. Or even this neighborhood. They dealing with a lot of childhood trauma. Yeah, because I'm a chosen one the world is calling for. And they need medical assistance for being a spiritual spy. Look, I'm done. There's going to be a confession about these heathens. Some confessions. Look, I'm getting justice. All I do is pick up the car. Yep. Hiding. Yeah, look, their devilish deeds will bring them karma indeed for trying to sabotage me in this current timeline. Sabotage, current timeline. Devilish deeds will bring them karma. This is happening now, currently. Not in the future, now. Because they were being used to cause havoc. And they all getting a bad reputation because they try to give me a bad reputation. They a bunch of scammers that took an oath to attack me. A lot of mental manipulation. And they all did was curse their contract because they failed to realize they can't play with me. They stubborn. They better stop pocket watching me. A karmic woman. They all fall down. Somebody's nervous. They need to make peace with their imperfection because they're about to have a fucking fucked up future. Yeah, they feeling the pressure. Like I said, they feeling the pressure and the walls is caving in. Because the spirit is walking amongst us. They try to get me fired in the reverse. They couldn't. They're an undivine, masculine, feminine energy that's searching for information. To try to dim my light and they couldn't. Couldn't dim my light in the reverse. They sleeping with the higher ups. So now they sleeping with the higher ups to try to get their way. The federal, look. Wow. They sleeping with the higher up, the federal law. This coming out. They sleeping with the federal law to try to get their way. They overstep their boundaries. Look. Somebody's trying to sirens in the background. Confirmation. They up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. They drowning. So they trying to attack me in all which way. Look, because their plans failed. Look at that. Yup, look. Snip, snip, cut, cut. They getting cut off. I'm done. Yeah, they were trying to enslave my soul, collective. But this one trick pony ran out of tricks. Now they sick for being a fucking... Now they sick. They're one trick pony. This one trick pony. Because they're intimidated by my supernaturalness. 3553 is being mirrored back as I look up. They try to make me a third degree victim. They trying to make me a victim. I'm not a victim, baby. I'm victorious. You trying to traumatize me? I'm triumphant, bitch. Humble, healing. Go handle it. You trying to shut me up, but you keep failing. Because of your unwanted opinions. You did not come correct in my energy. You shouldn't have come. You shouldn't have came at all. Now you're nervous. There we go. I said it. Somebody's nervous. Yes, they are. Because shit is spiraling out of control. Look at that. Because they were scheming. They spiraling out of control because they were scheming. Look what's going on. We got May in the reverse. Again, they did it for the money. They wanted to show. They better get ready because shit's about to blow. They trapped like a labyrinth with no way out. Yeah. Because they were jealous and envious. Look at that. There's about to be a confession. They don't got no magic. This abusive relationship, the scammers are in the reverse. I'm done pulling. I'll be here all day. Yeah, they healer. I'm a healer. And they fumbled the bag. They in denial. They no longer in the, somebody's no longer in denial. Somebody in the energy is no longer in denial. Look, in my vicinity, live in my area, karmics is trapped. Because shit is out of control. Because they attacked the spiritual OG. Look. In my vicinity, karmics is trapped. Because shit got out of control. For attacking the spiritual OG. Trying to have a healer in the reverse. And they cannot hide. Like I said, they stuck in a rut for being a spiritual slut. Somebody's trying to tap into my crown right now. Now I feel the top of my head itching. I don't understand how many times I gotta tell you. You're a bunch of addicts. And the past is catching up. Because you overstep your boundaries. I don't know how many times I tell you my crown is protected. Now you playing victim out here. You trying to play victim out here now? In these streets? Because you being exposed in the spirit, in the home. Look, playing victim in the home community. I just said this. They playing victim now in the home community. Because this blood magic, look, idiots. This person is aging rapidly. That's how you're going to know that who's telling the truth. Because this person is aging rapidly and I'm not. And I'm 42 years old. And I don't do no magic and I don't do beauty magic. I don't even have a daily facial routine. I don't wash, look, spiritual suicide. I do not get up and wash my face at all. Justice system, they being recorded. The informants plan failed for trying to cause delays in an online community for me. But I'm unbothered. These people have low lives and they're ungodly. Look, set up. They were trying to set me up maybe with my cousin. Games was played. Divination in the reverse. Attack me out of spite. Files, look, files. They got files of their cruel intention. These abusers that were manipulative. They're holding a lot of animosity. All this mental manipulation they did to people. And they don't got no magic. They're trying to no magic getting me fired. They're trying to current timeline. They're trying to block my throat. Current timeline sabotage. They're trying to they're trying to block my throat. It is not working. You see how I kept on? Look, in my home community, as I pick up a setup in my home community. Look at that. These low lives. Look. Look. Judicial system. In denial. They in denial that they being watched. They in denial that the judicial system is watching. They in denial. They the ones getting evicted. Look. They getting evicted. They in denial that for this alchemy that they doing. Look it. Blood magic. They a chain smoker. They could be a chain smoker. My upstairs neighbor is a cigarette smoker. Because this was spiritual suicide. They in denial. He's in denial. Upstairs neighbor, yeah, low life. They in denial. Upstairs neighbor, downstairs neighbor, they in denial that they did this. Look, overboard, a karmic couple. In the shadows. Destiny swapping in the reverse was a risky move. Now somebody's going to get their hands put on them. They being humbled. Because the tables have turned. They shall perish. Trying to shut me up failed and it's not working. Look at how it's coming out. Let me stop. Pulling because, yeah, I'm undefeated. They toxic. And everything they doing is being rejected. This putting me in the freezer. I'm done. I'm pulling. I said I wasn't going to be here no hour. And I went from saying that when it was 20 minutes to sitting here another 20 minutes pulling. We all good because I guess the spirit wants everything to come out. Look, they're rotting from the inside out. Spirit wants them, this false prophet. They're rotting from the inside out, this false prophet. And they're getting fired because they don't got no magic. For this setup, I'm getting justice. They a bunch of addicts. This current timeline, this is happening now. Now, this is happening now. Now. This, whatever's going down is happening now. Not later. Overboard. I'm trying to fix my cards in the right order and more messages keep coming out. But anyway, I'm done. I said I felt somebody was in my energy. I said I felt somebody trying to make me nervous and paranoid. And the only people that could be peeping Tom watching me is the upstairs neighbors because they hear me. So they're the ones that was trying to project nervousness and paranoia. And look, they being destroyed. And paranoia when I go outside because they want me to think. They playing games, gameplay. They want me to think that I'm going to be outside, try to cross the lanes. But I'm unbothered. They ungodly. To get me to think that somebody's out to get me outside. I don't care who's following me. Someone's travel plan have been impacted. They can't run nowhere. They fumbled the bag. Yeah, this blood magic. Yeah, they're getting an undesired outcome. Look, they're not getting what they want. They're trying to project nervousness and paranoia with doing alchemy. So make me feel nervous. So when I go outside, so they could think that I could feel like somebody's out to get me. Look, I already know people follow me. The judicial system is following me too and watching me too. You know how many cameras is outside? Let's be real. What can you possibly do to be outside? There's so many cameras outside. Anyway, let me just shut up. And fuck the cameras. You an old hag. You a fake religionless. Look. And measures is being taken on you. Because you was a messy energy. The devil is sick for being a prick. Playing dumbass tricks. Trying to poison my energy. Now the rats is running. Because it's being traced back to them. We got the next door neighbor. All the neighbors is coming out now. I'm done. I'm over. Binding rituals in the reverse. Ex-friend. They thought they had a reason to fucking attack me. And now somebody's about to be confronted in an inappropriate way because they're hacking me. These puppets. They feeling the pressure and the walls is caving in because the spirit is walking amongst us. They being watched by spirit. I said this. They tried to get me fired and they can't. They undivine masculine and feminine energy that's searching for information to try to dim my light. And now they want to fight me because they're getting indicted 4411. They're getting files charged on them because they were doing too much. They're being karmic pests and they were getting paid to do this transaction history. They want my blood to be free, but they cannot have it. 4422, as I say this, I'm done now for real. Sabotage. Destroy. They're getting destroyed. Communal trial. Look. Experimental study group that involves an entire community or a part of an organization. They use a whole community, 444. It says, so 440, I'm protected, to attack me. But now this community is having a second opinion. They're looking into things. Like I said, some of these people are a bunch of snakes. Like I said, we're doing alchemy. They try to get this whole community to look at me crazy. Why? I've been here longer than my upstairs neighbor. I ain't never had a problem with nobody in this building until they came. So, let's be real. I ain't never had a problem with my next door neighbor until my upstairs neighbor. Wild witch. So let's be real. You ain't never hear no crazy noises coming from me. Fighting and fucking. And I'm going to keep saying this. They being looked into. And I keep it real when I say this. All you ever heard was in my apartment, death becomes them. Look, this bad because they're a bad investment. This wild witch. I'm protected. And they feeling like a bunch of sour apples because they was in my lane. Now they feeling haunted. Because they were a light worker. Yeah, I've been said this a long time ago. I've been saying all this a long time ago. They couldn't dim my light. They've been trying to dim my light. Now they want to fight me because this person is a false prophet and he's being exposed. You're supposed to call yourself a healer You supposed to call yourself a person that's supposed to help the community, but you in the community attacking people. You paying people to attack people because you about to get exposed. Because you somebody of the church in the community, and you really worship the devil, and you really casting spells on people, and you getting exposed for doing that. So you decided, oh shit, somebody's in the area that actually is intact, that's actually tapped in, a mother related, that's actually tapped in, and they're gonna get me exposed. I gotta get them before they expose me because you a monster, but it's too late. Because your actions show that you're guilty. You're lame. Or your actions show that you're guilty. Restitution, you owe me money. Everything that has happened in this building with these people, the fights, everything, everybody aging rapidly, the people moving in and out, it's very obvious. The shit that people say that I think that I don't hear them, I hear y'all. Don't think I don't. You ignorant because you don't like that I'm at peace. Y'all be loud on purpose. You put on a show because you want attention. You're nasty. The only time I put on a show, because y'all try to make me a victim, the only time I put on a show is when I need to. And I jump on camera to do it. You in a false marriage. Because your plan, so you're not going to use my shit against me. You did something overboard because I'm not stupid. I told you wanted to target me. I'm going to make myself a screaming target. I'm going to put all eyes on me on purpose. You're not going to have the eyes on me. I'm going to put them on me purposely. Me. You don't rock my world. You don't control my world. You thought you were going to make me a target? Okay. Target me now, bitch. Target me now. You can't. 47 as I look up. You were wicked. And I just exposed all your plans. Because you didn't believe that I was tapped in the way I was. Yes, baby. I'm not the child of the devil. I'm the child of God, bitch. Recognize that. I am this tarot reader psychic in your community residence. Accept it. That's what the fuck you gotta do. Accept it. Accept it. There's actually good people and God in your... I'm not God, but I work for God. So God is in your presence. Respect it. Get the fuck out my way. Move out my way. You want a revenge, but God said no. Try to put a death to me because you're a soulless being and your plans failed. You thought you was getting big money, that in the fucking reverse? No, you're not getting that. Because you don't like that I'm at peace? That's not my problem. You're a snake and I'm not. Stop trying to get people to make me think that I'm you. I'm not you. And stop trying to get people to think that you're me. Because you're not. You need to go heal yourself. Like yesterday. And stop trying to come for me. Because you feel away. Because you're a part of a coven. And you're being exposed. Because you're an undivine masculine feminine energy. That's in a coven. In a competition with me. Trying to take me out. The Hunger Game is a movie about competition. And they get unalived in this competition. So you were trying to unalive me in this competition? That's right there. I'm done. Now I'm done. 49 as I looked up, as I said, I'm done. I'm not doing this with y'all no more. Y'all retarded. And every time I feel like I need to get online because you attacking me, I'm going to get online and you're going to get exposed. And when I'm in my energy, every neighbor comes out. I swear they do. All of them. And I'm not on a TikTok where you could get my live restricted. You can't get it shut down. So, bye. Thank you, collective, again for listening. Here they go. They're trying to fuck with my live again, but I'm already done, so it don't even matter. 50-50 as I say that. 10-10, new beginnings, fast changes, like I said. Peace out, collective. These people are stupid. They ain't never gonna learn. They ain't never gonna learn.